fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
I stared at the patient's chart, my mind numb to the endless list of diagnoses and treatments. As a healer, I was trained to repair the damage done by illness and injury. But sometimes, even with all my knowledge and skill, it felt like I was just patching together broken pieces rather than truly helping. That's when I stumbled upon an ancient tome hidden away in a dusty corner of the library. The cover was worn and faded, but the words within spoke to me on a deep level. It was a recipe for 9th level regeneration, cancer in essence. I didn't think twice before attempting the spell. My hands trembled as I whispered the incantation, feeling the familiar surge of magic coursing through my veins. And then, everything changed. Chapter 1. Inheritance. The days blurred together as I mastered the spell, watching patients recover from what was once thought incurable. News of my abilities spread quickly, and soon people were coming from all over to seek my help. I didn't mind the attention. It was a small price to pay for the power to heal. But there was one person who didn't share my enthusiasm. Kalen K. Blackwood. As a fellow healer, he was skeptical of my methods and concerned about the long-term effects of such powerful magic. Our debates grew heated, with Kay insisting that I was playing with fire. One fateful night, as I worked to save a patient's life, Kay burst into the room, his eyes blazing with an intensity that made my heart skip a beat. "You're not listening," he shouted, his words echoing off the walls. I tried to calm him down, but it was too late. The patient's condition took a turn for the worse, and I was forced to use the 9th level regeneration spell to save them. As the magic coursed through my veins, Kay's eyes locked onto mine, and for an instant, I felt like he saw me, really saw me. And that's when everything changed. Chapter 2. Shadows. The days passed in a blur of healings, debates with Kay, and whispered rumors about my newfound powers. People began to fear me, calling me the most feared Archmage on the continent. I didn't mean to scare anyone. I just wanted to help. But as the darkness deepened, so did the shadows within myself. I started to question whether I was truly healing, or simply masking the symptoms with magic. Kay's words echoed in my mind. "You're playing with fire." One night, as I worked late in my laboratory, a knock at the door broke the silence. It was Kay, his eyes grave with concern. "What is it?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "I've been watching you," he said, his tone low and urgent. "And I think you're losing yourself in the shadows." I laughed, but it came out forced. "What do you know about it?" He stepped closer, his eyes burning with an intensity that made my heart skip a beat once more. "I know that you're not just healing bodies. You're healing something within yourself. And I'm worried that you'll lose your way in the process." As he spoke, the shadows seemed to grow longer and darker, as if they were reaching out to claim me. And then, everything went black. Chapter 3. Whispers in the dark. I came to, my head pounding like a drumbeat in the darkness. Kay's face hovered above mine, his eyes searching for something. Anything that would tell him what was happening. "It's okay," he whispered, his voice soothing as the night air. "You're safe now." But I wasn't safe. The shadows had crept in, and I could feel their icy fingers wrapping around my heart. As Kay helped me sit up, the room began to spin, and I stumbled backward, desperate to escape the darkness that pursued me. He caught me, holding me close as I buried my face in his chest. "What's happening?" he whispered, his breath warm against my ear. I didn't know how to answer. The whispers in the dark seemed to grow louder, urging me to let go, to surrender to the shadows and lose myself forever. Kay's grip tightened around me, as if he knew exactly what I was fighting. "You're not alone," he whispered, his voice a beacon of hope in the darkness. And then, everything went quiet. Chapter 4. Moonlit Revelations. The night air was crisp and cool as Kay and I walked beneath the moon's silver glow. The silence between us was palpable, heavy with unspoken words and secrets. I couldn't shake the feeling that Kay knew more about my condition than he was letting on. And yet, as we strolled through the quiet streets, his presence felt like a lifeline, a connection to the world beyond the shadows. As we turned a corner, the moon cast an eerie glow on the old stone walls of the abandoned library. Without a word, Kay led me inside, the dusty air thick with secrets and forgotten knowledge. He stopped in front of a shelf, his eyes fixed on a single book, one I'd never seen before. "This is it," he whispered, his voice low and urgent. "The ancient tome that holds the key to your condition." I felt my heart skip a beat as he opened the cover, revealing pages filled with symbols and diagrams that seemed to dance in the moonlight. "Kaylin," I started, but he cut me off, his eyes locking onto mine like a promise. "I know what you are," he whispered, "and I'm willing to help you find your way back from the shadows." As the words sank in, I realized that Kay had been hiding secrets of his own secrets that could change everything.